So imagine you are an inventor, a kind of mad scientist type, let's call you Dr. Frankenstein, and you want to make a monster. You gather up a few things, some hair, some nuts and bolts, a snazzy new outfit, some green paint, some lightning, and of course a brain. You put your formidable inventing skills to work and presto changeo, it's alive. Before you know it, your monster is the talk of the town, and you think to yourself, uh-oh, there's going to be demand for these monsters, and each one takes so long to make, I'll never keep up. And then you get a stroke of genius. Instead of making another monster, you'll make a monster-making machine. You get to thinking that for each monster, there are some things that you want to be the same and some things you want to be different. Wouldn't it be great if you could have monsters with different kinds of hair, different kinds of bolts, or different clothes? So you make a machine that can crank out monsters, as long as you tell it what kind of hair, bolts, and clothes the monster should have. And voila, Frankenstein's monsters become the new hot item for Christmas. A class is not unlike your monster-making machine. While you may already be able to program a lot of cool things, you're eventually going to come up with something so cool that you want to make a lot of them. This is where the class comes in. A class is a lot like a machine or a template that allows you to make a lot of different versions or instances of a thing. In a class, you define overall traits that can be the same for every instance, and you define variable traits that can be different for each instance of the class. In your class, you can add several smaller machines or methods that will deal with a certain aspect of your creation, and that is a class.